Alright, what's up, guys? It's Bryce and Nick back here with our latest installment of BNN Primetime Sports Podcast. And before we get started, a little short, quick announcement. We enjoyed having Romeo on a lot about a week ago or so. And
about that.
So we decided to bring him back full time. So hope you guys liked Romeo.
Oh, yeah. Hope you guys like me.
Because if you don't like Romeo, then you're going to hate our podcast. But we have some new logos and stuff that we're going to make, and once it's all done, we'll switch it over, and hopefully that happens quick. And sorry about the no upload on Tuesday because of the 4th of July and stuff like that.
Just some family business, visiting and stuff like that, so we didn't get a chance to upload,
Yeah, stupid family stuff.
Stupid family stuff. We just figured it'd be better to skip the holiday.
So,
jumping straight in.
Decent amount of stuff went down over the 4th of July and everything, and the weekend and all that other stuff. Swaggy P, Nick Young, is signing a 1-year deal with the Warriors. Bryce, how much is it worth?
1 year, $5.2 million, I believe.
$5.2 million. More money than I'll ever see in my lifetime.
Gordon Hayward is signing with Boston.
Yes.
And his Utah fans didn't take that very well.
No, there was a video of a guy burning his jersey. Unfortunately, I don't know why.
It's gonna happen.
I don't blame him.
I do. I mean,
I don't know.
I don't really agree with it.
It's like, give the kid a break. He's just. It's not like he's abandoning you guys. He's just accepted a different offer.
Yeah, went to go play with his college coach. Is where a lot of problems go, or a lot of the problems are coming from. Is he went to go play, but Brad Stevens is one of the best coaches in the league.
Oh, for sure.
I don't fault him one bit.
Brad Stevens is a very, very underrated coach in the league. He's very similar to how Pop brings the mediocre players. Well, I'm not going to say mediocre because Pop's had some of the best players ever to come through his system, but makes average players look better than what they are.
Yes, sir.
And Brad Stevens makes very average people look a lot better than what they are.
There's one All-Star on that team. Now there's two. But this one.
Horford's an All-Star. Borderline All-Star.
But he wasn't.
No, not this past year.
Wait, yes he was. I thought... No.
He wasn't an All-Star
He was almost a reserve, but Melo got it when Kevin Love got hurt. All right, so Romeo, want to talk about the upcoming fight card, right?
Oh, yeah. So there's a couple fights coming up. We got the Tough 25 Redemption fight card, and then we have UFC 213 Nunes versus Shevchenko Dose, and I believe that is for the bantamweight belt. Starting things off with the Tough 25 Redemption. In the Fight Pass prelims, we got Teshia Torres versus Juliana Lima. I never, 8-1 versus 9-3. I think Teshia Torres is gonna take it, just because she's a bit more of a. She is more. Well, she doesn't have more wins, but she has less losses, and I believe she's pretty fresh. And she's the number 5 women's strawweight against an unranked opponent. So, she's pretty good. I think she's going to win. Gray Maynard versus Teruto Ishihara. 13-7-1 versus 10-3-2. 13-7 is a pretty bad record. So, I think Teruto is probably going to take that one. And then the FS1 prelims, Jessica Evil Eye from Cleveland.
Yeah, boy.
Cleveland representing versus Aspen Ladd, making her UFC debut.
Oh, boy.
This is a tough one for Jessica Eye. I believe this is the last fight on her contract, and she is 11-6, which is not a good record either. They're opening up a new division, women's flyweight, which is where Jessica Eye actually fought before the UFC. So, either she wins this or she's probably out of the UFC, unfortunately.
Really?
Which sucks.
Yeah.
So I hope she wins this, and I hope she's able to move down to women's flyweight, because she was undefeated in women's flyweight, and then when she moved up to bantamweight, because UFC doesn't have that division, she started to lose. I think she might be a little bit too small for the division. I don't know if she has the strength and the size to fight the girls, because they cut weight, so they're gonna be a lot bigger. If they're fighting 135, they're probably walking around at about 145, 150. Moving on, we got Ed Herman versus CB Dalloway. 24-12 versus 16-9. Two pretty bad records. Honestly, I really don't even know. Probably, if I had to pick one, I'd say CB Dollaway. I don't know why, though. Angela Hill versus Ashley Yoder. 6-3 versus 5-2. Honestly, I don't know this one either. I'd say probably Angela Hill. I don't know. I'm just making complete guesses right now. On to the main card. Jordan Johnson versus Marcel Fortuna. 7-0 versus 9-1. That's strange. This one says a light heavyweight versus heavyweight. I don't know what the fight is at. It's either at 205 or above that with the heavyweight division. I mean, if you have a heavyweight coming down to fight lightweight, the weight cut might mess him up, but also his size. He's used to fighting guys, the heavyweight division. I mean, they're huge. Stefan Struve is 7 feet tall, so who knows? If he's used to fighting guys that big, I'm saying it's probably going to be Marcel Fortuna that takes that fight. Brad Tavares versus Elias Theodoro. Elias Theodoro is one of my favorite fighters. I think he's going to take it. It's 14-5 versus 14-1. I think he has a pretty good work ethic. He's a pretty funny guy, and I think he's going to take it. Jared Connolly versus Nick Rourke, making his UFC debut. So, I mean, if he's in the UFC, he's probably a pretty serious guy. 9-2. I don't know who's going to win that one. Jared the Killer Gorilla Connolly. So that's a pretty funny name. I don't know. I think Jared is probably going to win that one. Normally when guys make their UFC debut, they have a lot of big show jitters. Mark Diakes versus Drakkar Klose. It says Country Michigan.
What?
So I don't know how that works, but I'd say 12-0 versus 7-0. I think Mark Diakes is going to win. Diego Lima versus Jesse Taylor. Oh, Jesse Taylor has a bad record, 32-15 versus 14-5. Jesse Taylor, he's on an early season of The Ultimate Fighter. I think he's in it to win it this time. I mean, he's really made a comeback. So, I mean, Diego Lima is in the same boat. I mean, it's the redemption card. So this is them trying to come back to where they were. I don't know. It's going to be who wants it more. I think they're equal in skill. It's definitely going to be who wants it more. Michael Johnson versus Justin Gaethje, I believe his last name is. 18-11 versus making his UFC debut. I think, it's 18-11, so that's not that great of a record. So I think Justin Gaethje's going to take it. And then the Nunes Shevchenko card, 4 UFC debuts in the Douglas Silva de Andrade versus Rob Font, 13-2, 24-1. I think Douglas Silva Andrade is going to take it just because that's a crazy record.
Are there any debut fighters coming out that are like really hyped up or anything, or is it kind of just like?
Not really anybody hyped up. There's not really any debut fighters that are hyped up that much, it seems.
I don't know how it works with the UFC, but I know a lot, every draft in the NBA.
Yeah.
There's always a couple.
It's not really like that.
Really hyped up and I don't know.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. The rookies are super hyped up sometimes, but it's not like that in the
And
UFC.
they almost never live up to the hype.
Yeah. It's never, they're never really hyped up. And then Jordan Mine versus Bilal Muhammad, 29-11 versus 11-2. I'm gonna give that to Bilal. Thiago Santos versus Gerald Mearshart, I think. 14-5 versus 26-8. Probably Gerald's going to take that just because he has experience and he doesn't have that bad of a record. Chad Laprise versus Brian Kamazi. 12-2 versus 7-3. I'm going to say Chad Laprise is probably going to take that one. Travis Brown. He's huge. He's 6'7" versus Alexei Olenek. Number 9 heavyweight versus number 14 heavyweight. 51-10-1. That is a crazy record. That's a ton of fighting.
Jeez.
I don't know how old he is. He's 39. That's pretty old for a fighter. That's pretty old. The guys in the heavyweight division, they have a pretty long longevity. 39 versus 34. I really don't know. That's going to be tough. It's 6'2 versus 6'7. So, I mean, Derek Lewis beat Travis Brown, and he's 6'3", I believe. But, I mean, he's a monster. So, I don't know. I'm going to say Alexei Olenek is going to take that one. And then Anthony Pettis versus Jim Miller. I'm going to say Anthony Pettis is going to win. Fabricio Verdum versus Alistair Overeem. I'm hoping Fabricio Verdum wins this one because Alistair Overeem said that after he beats Verdum, he's going to challenge Stipe. And Alistair Overeem gave Stipe a lot of trouble in Cleveland. I mean, he rocked him a couple times. I don't know what was going through Stipe's head, but he rocked him pretty bad. And then he got him in a really tight guillotine. And I mean, he swears Stipe is tapped. Everybody else, nobody saw it. He said he felt it, but also he got knocked out cold, and it took him a long time to get off the ground. 42-15 versus 21-6-1. Stipe has actually beat both of these guys, so I'm hoping Fabricio Verdum wins, but I really don't know. I think he's gonna win. Alistair Overeem, his chin is very suspect after all these years of fighting. Daniel, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that last name. O'Melia,
O'Melia's a lot of something.
It's something. He's from Poland. Well, that definitely shows in the last name. Versus Curtis Blades. That's a cool last name. Oh, Curtis Razor Blades. That's his nickname. I get it. 19-7 versus 6-1. I think Curtis is going to take it. Yoel Romero versus Robert Whittaker. I don't like Yoel Romero. I think he's kind of a thug a little bit. I like Robert Whittaker a lot, so I'm really hoping he wins. 12-1 versus 19-4. Michael Bisping said he would fight the winner of this fight. I mean, I don't know. I don't know who would give him the most trouble.
I didn't realize how many fights there were.
There's a ton of fights.
I didn't even know that at all.
So I'm hoping Robert Whittaker is going to take this. Who did he just beat? He just beat a pretty big guy. He's a serious fighter, but so is Yoel Romero. I'm going to say Robert Whittaker is going to take this. I don't know if he's going to beat Michael Bisping. Michael Bisping's a very serious guy. Amanda the Lioness Nunes versus Valentina Bullet Shevchenko. Nunes is the champ. Valentina Shevchenko is the number one contender. This is the second time they fought. I think Nunes is going to take it. I think she's a serious fighter. I think she's got heart, and she has the height, she has the reach, and she's strong. I don't really know what kind of style Valentina is, but I mean, she already beat her once, I believe. So I'm going to say Nunes is going to take it, and that wraps up all of the upcoming fights. The Tough Redemption card is the 7th, which is tomorrow when this podcast will be out, and then UFC 213 will be Saturday.
So we'll probably cover it for the next one too.
You have my picks, and we'll see if they're right.
Alrighty, so moving back to the NBA again. Shocker. There was some stuff that I forgot about, but I'd saved it because I wanted to talk about it. Because I forgot because we didn't upload, so there's a lot of stuff that we missed.
Yeah, there was a lot.
Dion Waiters signed a 4-year, $52 million with Miami again.
Crazy.
I'm glad he stayed in Miami.
Yeah, that fits him. I mean, Pat Riley can keep him in check, but he also has a little bit of free roam there because there's no real go-to scorer in Miami. Hassan Whiteside's not too much of a scorer as he is the defensive stalwart that he is.
Yeah. Andre Roberson re-signed with Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City's making some big moves. They re-signed Taj Gibson too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Rudy Gay said that's his number one place to go to right now.
I remember when they were big. They were really big when they had James Harden and Kevin Durant, I believe.
Yeah.
That was in 2011.
That was a while ago.
They had not this previous season, but the season before they were one win away from the finals, and then
they're a serious team. They
were
a serious team.
Not as much anymore.
Still, these moves, they're good moves, but I still don't think it puts them past 4th in the West.
No. The Lakers offered Rondo a 3-year, $14 million deal, but he likes LA, but he still wants to meet with the Knicks. He's going to meet with them today, actually.
I don't see him going to a non-contender, honestly. Rondo's almost getting to that age where he is almost a ring-chasing age.
He already has a ring.
Well, he does have a ring, but I don't see him. He'd be a good fit in San Antonio, Cleveland.
I don't want him in Cleveland. I think he's too much of a locker room issue for me. I don't like him.
I would like.
He's a good player.
What do you mean by locker room issue?
Chemistry. He causes problems.
Gotcha.
He's a head case.
Yeah, he's
But
a bit of
I think I think he mellowed out in Chicago a little bit.
He did.
But
because now they're in full rebuild mode.
Mm-hmm. I think he'd be good in Cleveland. I think he'd be even better in San Antonio, honestly.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited to see what happens with D Wade. I think he's gonna get bought out.
I think he's gonna get bought out too. He just doesn't fit.
They want
even
to rebuild. He's 35 and they want to rebuild. That's screaming for them to just get rid of him.
They might. Well, he only has one more year. They might just let him play out this year.
I hope not.
Then let him walk next year.
And I feel bad for him if he has to sit there and play there.
He's the one who picked up his option. It was a player option.
Yeah, but
That was his
he
choice.
picked that up before they traded Butler and they cut Rondo. Not that Rondo had much of an effect on him, but
Yeah, but he had to have known Butler was going to be gone. There's been so much trade talk around him for the past year and a half.
Mm-hmm. There's trade talk around everybody in the NBA anymore.
Yeah.
I saw it was a few weeks ago, maybe a week and a half ago. I was watching The Herd with Colin Coward on FS1.
Yeah.
He had a really good point, and I was thinking about it before he even said it. So many of the big draft picks that are so overhyped, like the point I made earlier, come in the league, and then 2 years later they're trade bait. It happens all the time.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they hype these draft picks so much. Because they look so good against college talent, and then they come into the NBA and they're not ready for the NBA level, and everyone thinks they're terrible, but they're really not that bad.
Well, it also too is
They need time to adjust.
with that hype, you are expected to come in and contribute right away.
Exactly, and no one understands it.
And in 2 years, people get antsy and they get tired of waiting.
They want someone that's been in the league for a few years that already has that. LeBron, that's just. LeBron. He was so hyped in high school and he came out and delivered, man.
There aren't very many like that.
Yeah.
Antetokounmpo is probably one of the biggest examples of that.
Yeah.
He came out as a project, and Milwaukee treated him like a project until not this past year, the year before, and they allowed him to play.
And now look at him.
Yeah,
He's a freaking monster.
he's a
man.
top 10 player in the league right now, and Milwaukee is reaping the benefits of letting their players mature.
He's got such a big wingspan. He's got the second longest wingspan.
I think
in the
he's 6'10". I think he has like a 7'6" wingspan.
Jesus, that's crazy.
got
Does he
this-
look like a monster?
Kinda. He's not very big.
Oh, he's not big, but he is.
Well, I mean,
When
if
he plays the 2-guard position. The average height for the 2-guard position is 6'6".
Jesus.
And he's like,
Who has the longest wingspan currently?
I actually don't know. Probably a center.
I think it might be Rudy Gobert, honestly.
It probably is Rudy Gobert.
I don't know off the top of my head.
That's
but
crazy.
If I'm guessing, I'm saying Rudy Gobert.
He's just, it's so rare from where he's from.
Greece.
They don't have nearly any major basketball talent.
That's how most overseas countries are. The U.S. is very big in basketball. Those overseas, it's all soccer, rugby.
I looked into it. A lot of the basketball talent in the U.S. A lot of it comes from Florida, and most of it's California because California is just so big. I mean, yeah.
I feel like most of the overseas talent, they aren't necessarily that great. They're just huge. They're just giant human beings.
Like
Yeah.
Julia.
Spain has a fairly good program of getting their athletes ready for the NBA. Both the Gasol brothers, Ginobili.
Ginobili came from Argentina.
Argentina. That's Southern America. I knew it was Spanish. I knew the Spanish-speaking country. But
I believe
Gasol
Argentina speak Spanish or Portuguese.
But they're very, very similar.
Yeah, I mean Portugal and Spain are right near each other.
They're right beside each other.
Yeah.
And there's probably more that I just can't think of right now off the top of my head. Gasol brothers are the two biggest ones.
Porzingis came from Latvia.
Where's that in like Eastern Europe?
I think it's a European country. I'm
Sounds
not
like
too
it.
sure.
Sounds like
I'm not sure.
Latvia is it?
Latvia? I don't know.
I don't know. I've always called it Latvia.
I don't know how to, I'm not good at pronouncing shit.
I don't. I only know how to pronounce America.
He's big. He's a power
sure.
forward. He's 7'3".
Jesus.
Is 7'3"?
Yeah, he's 7'3".
Imagine being that
He's only a
big.
couple inches shorter than Yao Ming was, and he shoots the 3 ball.
That's ridiculous.
He's nuts.
Um,
Imagine if Giannis develops a really killer jump shot. He doesn't have a bad shot.
No, it's just not. It's flat.
Yeah.
But he's also with Jason Kidd, who had one of the ugliest shots coming out of college.
Honestly, the head coach probably has like so minimum to do with an NBA player's shot. They have
they have shooting coaches
and stuff. I know Mark Price is a shooting coach for Charlotte, and it hasn't helped Kid Gilchrist at all.
Well, there's only so much you can help people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at all these funky shots in the NBA. Sean Marion for years.
Yeah, but the consistency, like they shoot 2,000 shots a day, so they get good at it, and there's no point of changing at that point.
Yeah.
Like who had Larry Bird.
Larry Bird had a very funky shot. Reggie Miller.
But yeah, and then they were two of the best shooters ever because they shot 2,000 shots a day, and then
they put up they're putting up thousands of shots.
That's crazy.
A week, they're probably putting up close to 15,000.
In high school, it's worth it to just scream at a kid and force him to change his shot because they're not putting that many up a day.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
the consistency.
And you need to fix it when they're young.
Mm-hmm.
Our basketball coach always told us the better your shot form is, the less shots you'll have to take to be consistent. So if you have a very good form, 10,000 shots can get you to shoot consistently. But if you have a bad release or a bad form, you might have to shoot 15,000, 20,000, just something so you can build your consistency up and you have that muscle memory.
Yep.
Absolutely. Muscle memory is everything.
That's the hardest part about changing your shot form is just
changing the muscle memory.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
at
just
first
so
it's
ingrained.
uncomfortable. It feels uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
Because then it feels like you're doing something that you don't even want to do.
Mm-hmm.
You're forcing your body to do something.
That's a big thing with golf swings. That's a huge problem with golfers changing halfway through their lifetimes. How showing them how to actually swing or getting them into better positions to swing. You develop so much strong muscle memory.
I don't hate golf personally. I just am absolutely terrible at it.
I'm bad at it too, but it's just fun.
I can watch it if I'm there, but I can't watch it on TV.
I like watching it on TV just because the landscape is so beautiful.
Oh, come on!
See,
Romeo.
I'm a golfer.
Go sit at the beach or something.
I can't watch golf. Honestly, I cannot watch golf.
I could watch golf. I've watched golf in the past. I like sports. I like tennis. I could watch the Tour de France.
I can't.
Tennis isn't that bad. I can watch some tennis. I'm not gonna lie.
Tennis has just been on recently. I like my favorite sport personally is professional eating. I'm
Joey
just kidding.
Chestnut.
That's disgusting.
His 10th title.
What did he get? 72?
72.
He's
ridiculous.
He's third all time with most titles.
We were.
That's absolutely disgusting.
I saw a stat that said the average person eats 70 hot dogs a year, and he ate 72 in 10 minutes.
I eat probably on average like 5 hot dogs a
5.
year. I hate hot dogs.
Really? Hot dogs?
I hate hot dogs. I mean, listen, I could be a professional eater if you put a big piece of pizza in front of me, a big, huge pie or a big burger, I could scarf that down. But the way they take the fun out of eating, just shoving hot dogs down the throat.
Eating's not
and then they dip the bread in the water. I'm not into all that.
It's competitive eating. So you're supposed to eat it as fast as possible.
That is pretty.
The only thing I might be able to do is ice cream.
Brain freeze central.
I don't get brain freeze.
If there was a world championship eating competition, and I would enter it, and I got to pick what we're eating. If we're eating cookie dough blizzards from Dairy Queen, I'm tearing that shit up. Like, there's gonna be little kids crying because they think I'm Godzilla. Like, I'm gonna be messing some stuff up.
If I could pick what we would eat, I would probably
What is happening to this podcast?
I would pick a burger or a pizza or a nice big steak.
Jeez, Romeo, you're like, Romeo's gonna go to like some fancy restaurant after this.
Just scarf down the most expensive steak on the menu.
If I could beat your chef in an eating contest, you have to pay for my dinner.
I get free steak for life. Oh Lord!
All right.
We took a huge U-turn right there.
Back to the NBA. Danilo Gallinari got traded to LA in a 3-way trade with Atlanta and Denver.
They sent Crawford to Atlanta, and they said he's probably going to get bought out.
Mm-hmm.
And
Crawford's more than likely going to Golden State.
They said Golden State, Cleveland, and San Antonio.
Well, of course, contenders.
Top three teams.
But I see him. He's probably going to Golden State.
He's probably going to stay out west. He already lives there. I mean, people think that since there's 4 California NBA teams.
Sacramento, Golden State, and both LA teams.
Yeah, but
That's
Los Angeles is pretty far away from Oakland.
California's a huge state. It spans most of the western side of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you know,
And there's only
even
one.
though they're staying in their state, they still have to move.
Oh
yeah, absolutely.
They have to move everything.
You have to move to that city.
LA, I believe, is in the bottom part of.
LA's very southern, and then like
Oakland's way up
Oakland's
there.
near the top.
yeah, and then
Well, no, Oakland's right around San Francisco.
Yeah,
which is,
it's
but that's
across the bay.
very north too.
Yeah,
San Francisco is more. Well, I mean, it's northern middle part of California,
No,
Yeah.
it's not much.
It's
middle.
pretty.
It's-
I mean,
it's-
it's cold there. It's pretty chilly there.
but it's not much farther north than Sacramento. And Sacramento is pretty much in the middle of the western coast.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
And San Diego's more towards the middle.
San Diego is.
San Diego's
Bottom.
pretty north.
Really?
Wait,
No,
maybe
San
not.
Diego's at the very.
Oh yeah,
bottom.
you're right. You're right.
We need to get like a map in here.
Yeah, we need a map. We need a map of California.
I'm gonna bring it up. If my sister hears it, she's gonna beat the living shit out of me. When she was in high school, I remember she came home. I think I might have told you guys this story. She came home from school, and she thought China was like a state because she didn't understand how like continents and countries worked. Oh, it was so funny. I still make fun of her for it.
San Diego is as south as San Diego can get in California. San Francisco is like
Middle north.
middle. It's like right in line with Utah and Colorado, at the bottom edge of Colorado and Utah. Los Angeles is right in line with Arizona about, and then
Sacramento, I believe, is just south of
Yeah.
San Francisco.
so I mean California's a huge state,
Oh, it's huge.
and
There's only one other team on the West Coast.
You know,
That's
this is totally
What?
changing it. This is getting more
Yeah.
into NBA trivia. Sorry.
huh.
There's only 4 teams in the NBA that their name doesn't end in S. I bet you couldn't name
an
all.
S.
It doesn't end in an S. The Magic.
That's one of them. Don't help them. Nobody help them.
Wait, you want me to name them by myself?
Yeah.
So the Magic, the Jazz.
It's a Florida team.
It's a Florida.
The other Florida team.
Oh, the Heat, and then man,
One more. We were talking about them
we were talking about
today. Thunder.
The Thunder. Well, I got 3. That's pretty good for somebody who hardly watches NBA.
Hey man, I just thought I don't know.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's strange. Well, I guess it makes sense because it's like
Plural.
the plural and it's an object. It's a noun.
Thank you guys again for watching our newest podcast. We'd like again to welcome Romeo onto our little team we have here.
I can't wait, guys. This is gonna be so much fun.
Don't think because Romeo's on full time, we'll still bring guests on and stuff. We just got to find people that actually want to come on. It's harder than you think.
It's pretty hard. I'm working an angle with the UFC heavyweight champ of the world. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, but we'll definitely get some guests on here because that'll be sweet.
Yep. So thank you guys again for watching. And now that the holiday is over, we will try to get them out every Tuesday and Friday. So, and we'll keep you updated on how all the new branding and the new logos and stuff is coming. So thank you.
We'll have it out pretty soon.
Yes, sir.
As soon as we can.
So have a good one, guys.
See you later.
guys.
See ya.